I always try to take a moment every 4th of July to remember Georgia's John Houstoun. You know, at a time when all the old Patriots are roundly celebrated, John Houstoun is largely ignored. And that's really too bad, because if things had gone the way they should have, his name would have made the roll call of America's most valuable document, the Declaration of Independence. Houstoun actually achieved much in Georgia history, although we don't remember it. He was twice governor of Georgia. He was the first mayor of the city of Savannah. He commanded the Georgia militia in the invasion of Florida during the American Revolution, and he represented Georgia in the Continental Congress. That's why he was in Philadelphia in the early days of the Continental Congress. And in 1776, just as committed to the American cause as Georgia's other signers, George Walton, Lyman and Button Gwinnett. But there was a fifth member of that group, a Savannah preacher named John J. Zubley. And Mr. Zubley is why Mr. Houstoun is not on the Declaration. According to notes from the proceedings of the Continental Congress, quote, "During the deliberation of Congress, a few members had privately discussed the propriety of a declaration. Zubley secretly dispatched a letter to the British governor containing a full disclosure of this important state secret and advising him to adopt preventive measures in Georgia. Fortunately, however, a copy of this communication was obtained by one of the clerks, and Mr. Chase openly accused Dr. Zubley of treachery. He stoutly denied the charge and challenged his accuser to produce the proofs." But that was apparently a stalling tactic. Zubley slipped out of Independence Hall in Philadelphia and began to head home. Zubley apparently decided he would cast his lot with the British, quietly slipping out of town and heading home to Savannah to share what he knew of the American plans for independence. The four Georgians decided they had to catch the turncoat preacher. Houstoun was the choice, according to the congressional record, quote, "directed to pursue him and to adopt every expedient measure to counteract any evils that might result the disclosure." Why Houstoun? Well, he was a military man, used to aggressive action, and maybe he just had a fast horse. Anyway, the chase was on. This could make a great movie. Two guys racing almost 1,000 miles down the east coast of colonial America on what passed for roads. It would have been a greater movie if Houstoun had caught Zubley too, but he didn't. That was the bad news. The good news was, by the time Zubley got to Savannah, the royal governor had already skipped town. Zubley was labeled a traitor. His property was confiscated, and within a few years he had died. Houstoun decided not to return to Philadelphia to sign the Declaration. He continued to press the Continental cause back home and was successful, holding offices as judge and mayor and twice Georgia governor. And although his name never made it on the Declaration, it did make it on one of Augusta's first named streets. And Georgia named a county south of Macon after Mr. Houstoun as well. We both spelled it wrong, but at least we were thinking about him. And this July 4th, let's think about him again.